A leading international astronomer and mathematician. Please join me in welcoming from Italy, Monsignor Galileo Galilei.
Grazie. Grazie molto, miei amici. Thank you, Your Holiness. And thank you also, esteemed members of the Sacred High Council of Roma. It is indeed an honor to address such an exalted gathering of knights, bishops, rooks, and other members of the first rank. Your Prominence, may my eyes deceive me, but it seems today that the council is attired in robes somewhat different to those that featured in this year's ecclesiastical spring catalogue. Casual day, I suppose. Gold coin donation. All proceeds to that damned money pit Sistine Chapel roof painting fund. Yet, even such strange vestments as these cannot hide the majesty and dignity of these men and women. These wonders of wisdom, these doyens of divinity, these paramours of promiscuity. Sorry, I'll read that again. Paragons of perspicacity, I meant to say. I am humbled, Most Holy One, humbled and overwhelmed to have the honor of standing here before such illustrious people. Reverend geniuses, I am Galileo Galilei, scientist, mathematician, astronomer. I know how busy you are with matters of state. For instance, this mad idea that the Earth somehow revolves around the Sun. And of course that other item of whether or not to book for your humble servant an interview with those, how you say, sons of fun at the Holy Inquisition. I hope that my words here today will assist your deliberations on both those matters. My friends, among my many brilliant discoveries, none are dearer to my heart than those involving the curious motions of pendulums and falling bodies. Small matters, you may think, to the movers and shakers of the world, to men and women of affairs like yourselves. When I say affairs, I mean world affairs, political, religious, not those other kinds that men and women sometimes have. Although, in these too, there is a certain amount of moving and shaking. My discoveries are not little things, for in them I have dared to challenge the teachings of the philosopher Aristotle, who said that the falling bodies do not accelerate but fall at a constant speed, and that their speed depends upon their mass. What rubbish! My studies overturned this cherished nonsense long ago. Mass is just about the only thing that doesn't affect their speed. Falling bodies do accelerate, all at the same rate, regardless of their mass. Which is a very strange thing if you think about it. If I want to accelerate a stone with my hand as I throw it, I have to push harder to get the same acceleration if the stone is heavier. What is it then in the substance of a falling body that somehow knows how much the rest of it weighs so that it can push harder to achieve the same acceleration as it falls? But stranger still it is that the professors at our schools and universities in the centuries since Aristotle never once thought to actually check the laws of motion that he proclaimed. And yet, despite this, O angels of the cosmos, it is these very same tenured nincompoops who have seen fit to criticize my discoveries most loudly. Unfit for any scientific endeavor more complicated than working out which wiggle has stolen Dorothy's hat. They say that there is no point in doing research. Why, there's nothing left to learn, is there? The master has already discovered everything. What a relief it is to be here among such discerning people whose sagacity would surely cause Solomon himself to break out his laptop and start taking notes. Friends, let me give you an example of their lies. You have heard about me tossing cannonballs up that damned architectural monstrosity, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, yes? You want to know what really happened? I tell you. I was up the road in Vacciano visiting an elderly aunt. A young cousin. Yes, and her friend. The point is, afterwards we went for dinner to a rickety old restaurant owned by a retired priest, a nice old man and a great cook by the name of Ball. We were just sitting down for the main course, a Hawaiian special with double pineapple, when suddenly I slipped on an olive and dropped my plate over the balcony. A complete accident, oh spangles of the firmament. You see what really happened? I dropped a pizza off the leaning tower of Cannonball. And yes, the pizza landed near to a rose bush which turned out to be the wife of the town mayor in a floral hat. A substantial lady who at the time was eating a gelato which, in her surprise, she dropped down in her cleavage. An unfortunate episode, I agree, but surely not a hanging crime. The lie has also been told that I have fostered disrespect for the Holy Office by saying rude things about him and by treating the solemn edicts of his seraphic sublimity as if they were some kind of papal bull. I did not call the Pope a mental pygmy. I know what Cardinal What's-His-Name said, but you know what he is like. Deaf as a post. Last time he went down to get a fish with fried chips, he came back 2 hours later with a silly grin on his face claiming we'd sent him to get a dish with wide hips. Oh, how many other innocent geniuses has his sonic debilitation sent to the gallows? No, I did not call the Pope a mental pygmy. I called him a mental pick-me-up. You know, whenever I'm feeling down, now follow me closely here, all I have to do is think of his immense IQ, his brilliant grasp of reality, and it picks me up. It makes me happy again, you see?